I'm Roger. Welcome back to my own little kitchen. Today I was going to make stuffed shells for you, but guess what? For the last 3 weeks I've gone to every store in the area and I could not find the jumbo shells to stuff. So we're going to have manicotti instead. Manicotti and stuffed shells are exactly the same, just a different shape. You cook them about the same way. You drain them, you let them cool so you can handle them, and then you fill them with the same ravioli filling that I did in one of the previous episodes. We linked the ravioli filling in the description box in this episode. Now I already have the water boiling. I added about 3 tablespoons of salt to it. So now I'm gently going to put the manicotti in the water. Now because a box of manicotti is only 8 ounces as opposed to a pound on the jumbo shells, I'm only making half a recipe. So be careful on that. So in here I have 1 pound of ricotta. I use whole milk ricotta. I have a 1/4 cup of grated Romano cheese. I have a 1/4 cup of fresh chopped parsley. Two eggs. These are always large eggs. That's all I use. And in this one I have a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, an 1/8 teaspoon of pepper, and an 1/8 teaspoon of cinnamon. In the description box will be the half recipe for ravioli for the manicotti, and also the full ravioli filling if you're doing a box of the jumbo shells. So we'll just stir this up nice while the shells are cooking. If you follow the directions on the box, it says 7 to 9 minutes for al dente. We want to cook it a little bit more than that so that you have a little bit of flexibility while you're filling them. We're going to bake it a little bit too, so maybe about 10 minutes. I want to stir the manicotti, making sure all of the air bubbles are out of the cylinders, and so that they don't stick. Timer went off. The manicotti's done. I'll turn it off. Now I have to drain them. Here I have 1.5 cups of sauce, pasta sauce. I've added a 1/4 cup of red wine to it and a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. I'm going to put a little bit of this on the bottom. Just a thin layer, enough to stop it from sticking. Now I'm going to be using a cookie press. You can use a pastry bag with the largest tip that you have. If you don't have any of these, you can use a long, narrow spoon to get into the middle of these. And this is what I'm going to put the ricotta in. Now that they're pretty well covered, I'll just go ahead and pour the rest of the sauce between them, over them, around them. Probably get some on me, get some on the dog, get some on the floor. I have an Italian blend shredded cheese here. This is about a cup. I'm going to put that over that. And then I have about a half cup of finely grated Romano cheese. You can never have too much cheese. Now I'm going to cover the dish with aluminum foil. My oven is already preheated to 350. And we will bake this for about 25 minutes. You want to cover it tightly with foil. Put it in the oven. It's already preheated to 350. And we'll cook it for about 25 minutes. And now we clean up and wait. So the manicotti is done cooking. Let's dish it up. Always unwrap cooked products carefully. You can see how the cheese has melted. It's steaming. Everything's ready. The sauce is bubbling a little bit. Let's dish it up. Depending on appetites, usually 2 is enough per serving. Now, not necessarily my family, but usually. And as always, as I said before, you can never have too much cheese. So here's some crumbled and grated Romano cheese. Serve this with a fresh green salad and a glass of a dry white wine. And there you have your meal. Thank you for joining me again. I'm Roger, and thanks for visiting me in my own little kitchen.